in 2018, 2019, we were. I think I can talk
You can
about
talk
this
about
now.
it? Okay.
So the Fine Bros Entertainment, this was, I think, after
The Thing.
I don't remember. I think it was after their original debacle. But honestly, like they're just guys. I feel like they, whatever.
Right.
No one's
We all
evil.
have brainworms
We all
here.
have brainworms.
Yeah. Wait, weren't they the guys that tried to trademark the word react
Yes.
or whatever?
Yeah,
Oh.
that didn't go well.
Right.
And they had this pitch. They wanted to like pitch a TV show because they wanted to do like production company stuff. That was they looked at one of my old videos, one with like the gun hat.
Yes.
Gun hat.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we had this idea of you doing like a show with old patents, and they like put together this whole pitch, and it was really good. And I was like, oh wait, actually, this is like kind of could be a fun idea. Maybe we could pitch it to YouTube Originals.
Right.
And it felt like something that like could have like that someone on Discovery like could have lived on Discovery or something like that.
Yeah.
They probably have done something like this. Who knows? And they came up with all this material, and then they got canceled round 2. And then they basically said, you know what? Screw it. Like, here's all this stuff. We're just sort of, we can't.
So you still have like the theoretic, like you could do it if you wanted to, like shop it around to other production companies.
Right. So then we did, and we started working with somebody else, and we pitched it to YouTube, pitched it to a bunch of places. Like everybody was interested, but like nobody really like wanted it.
Yeah.
Like nobody, like they said yes.
That's
but
too
it,
bad.
like,
It's a great concept, right?
Yeah. I think that's pretty typical, right? They basically have nothing to lose by like feigning interest until the point where anything has to be committed before they absolutely have to give you a firm no. It never. There's no incentive to say no up until they have to
nothing.
Say no. Exactly.
So YouTube was interested too, because it was the idea was it was you, me, and Jabril.
Right.
So we get a patent.
The perfect like 90s textbook cover.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
That is
skateboarding on the doing math.
Yeah, I think we also discussed like having one of us like be in a wheelchair just to like get that last quadrant.
There's like the Pythagorean theorem in the background and some
that's what everybody wants.
PowerPoint font back there.
And so we basically created this thing that would be like, here's this thing that like perfectly fits what you want. It's a group of friends. It like meets your, it's like, we know that you want this.
Yeah.
And then YouTube, they said, we really like the idea, but we want to get rid of you and replace you with Simone.
Oh man.
Where the odds makes it into the final cut of this podcast.
I think at this point it was the Originals team, and that they shut Originals down. They don't do that anymore. No. I don't know if those people are still there.
I'm so curious if this makes it to the end, because you don't even know at home what
didn't
gets
I just say don't bite the
out
hand
of this podcast.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
But like
who's feeding us? The Safety Third patrons are feeding us.
It's been long enough.
It doesn't even pay for anything other than this.
Right, exactly. I mean, those people are gone. The Originals team isn't there anymore.
They don't do YouTube like Originals at all anymore?
No, they killed the whole thing as far as I know. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Actually, now that you mentioned, I don't remember seeing anything recently.
Because it was a disaster.
That's a YouTube original.
But what they did,
nobody watched
Have you tried browsing their channel like that? They set it up like a normal YouTube.
Yeah.
So you like try to go look at stuff.
It was a disaster.
Yeah. I think it got better at the end, but
basically I think they hired a bunch of like traditional media
executives and
stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So like the people who are choosing and making the content for the Originals team had no idea.
They've never made a YouTube video before.
And they don't know what YouTube is. They don't like it. They everyone likes being in control. I mean, we've talked to I've talked to, some of the Mr. Beast team and, Jimmy a little bit about like any sort of involvement with a producer. Cause I don't want to say it's YouTube. It's like, it's who they hire. Cause it's like, this is who you hire. If you want to hire someone for like entertainment production, you go and you hire someone who has professional experience. Like that's what a production company is. If you come to one of us, you're going to get us bailing on a deadline and then coming up and that's what you get. You get like this is like level of like unprofessionalism.
Yes. Yeah.
But a production company will they will get it done.
TV is good.
Yeah. It might be kind of shit, but like they will get it done.
Yeah. They're also 10 years older and they've never really done this before. Yeah. They can't really identify with it.
Right.
And they're not used to being told like what to do. They're usually the people that call the shots. So they come to somebody's channel who grew up themselves and they're like, I have this idea for your channel.
And they know better than you. They're like, they're better, they're smarter than this. They're going to dictate because like that's their job is to tell you what to do. And you're sitting and looking at like, oh, how do you think I ended up here? It's like, it's because I'm like, I know what to do. Like there's never anybody telling me what to do.
They're not hiring producers under 30 years old.
Yeah. Exactly. It's all, And so basically, pitching the old inventions, like reinventing the wheel, was sort of a disaster, and very insulting. And basically, it just sort of died, which is fine because it probably would have been a huge waste of time anyways.
I remember pitching that you should cast your sister as the lead because then at least it would be an Osman.
Yes.
And also it would be a disaster because she has no experience whatsoever in front of a camera. But we'd all have to be like listening and following her lead. She'd be like, all right, boys, we're gonna invent something today.
What should we do? What do you guys think?
But like you're the producer, like on Top Gear, how they've got like that, the mysterious producer that makes them do like challenges. Yeah.